Karl Konrad and welcome to Australian Immigration News Update. Today we are covering the 485 visa issue relating to future Maine applicants who have held a 485 visa as a dependent previously, and the South Australian Government deleting occupations from its 491 and 190 visa sponsorship list already. New South Wales recent additions to their 190 occupation list, and student visas being granted to those offshore, and the importance to future 485 applications regarding to online study. And the remarkable federal government's Common Sense for All Visas bill. And yes, I did say that correctly. Since our last update, the Immigration Department has given assurances that those who have held a 485 previously as a dependent will still be able to apply for the 485 visa as the primary applicant. The government's lack of relevant explanatory statement and policy on the new legislation with regard to those who have had a 485 visa before as a dependent led to numerous challenges over how the new law would be applied. It seems obvious that when releasing the new legislation, the government did not consider the prospects of former 485 dependents applying for their second 485 visa at a later date. We are glad that this issue has finally been settled. You can check out our blog regarding the complexity of that issue and why it created such a controversy. The Immigration Department has been busy granting student visas for students who lodge their applications outside of Australia. However, we have been receiving disturbing reports that some Australian education institutions are advising offshore students that it is okay to begin their course before their student visa is granted. Whilst yes, a student may begin their course without the student visa being granted, they must be aware that the Immigration Department's policy regarding the recognition of online study towards the Australian study requirement will only be counted when a student is studying whilst holding a student visa. Those students wishing to use this offshore online study to count towards the eligibility of the 485 visa must keep this policy in mind. If your course is about to commence and your student visa is not yet granted, you should consider carefully if it is in your best interest to begin without it, particularly if you're planning to apply for the 485 visa later. The South Australian Government, having only recently released its occupation list for the 491 and 190 visa nominations, has now remarkably started to take some occupations off the list. Since they have not mentioned the reductions on their website, it is not clear for the rationale of removing occupations after having just released them. Those occupations removed have been accountant, taxation accountant, management accountant, external auditor, cook, motor mechanic general. Since the occupation list is so large, it is possible more occupations have been removed but not yet discovered. There's no confirmation yet why they've been removed, and is there a plan to place them back? We expect more information to be squeezed out of the government by the time of our next update. Whilst the South Australian Government has been busy taking off occupations, the New South Wales Government has added 10 more to their 190 occupation list on the 16th of February. They were all engineering occupations, which is good news for many international students who have studied engineering in Australia. Check out the updated list on the New South Wales Government website and you'll find a link in the description below to see what these occupations are. The federal government has introduced a Common Sense for All Visas bill. This will enable until the 31st of December 2021 applicants for any visa to be granted the visa whilst they're onshore or offshore. Some temporary visas have certain provisions that visas can only be granted while the applicant is outside of Australia. This new bill will take a common sense approach that at the moment, due to travel restrictions in place, such requirements as forcing people to leave Australia for visa grants is indeed unfair. Remember this day well, because it could be a long time before you will hear it again, the government making a common sense approach to anything. On that fascinating note, I will say goodbye for now and stay tuned for our next update coming your way soon. Remember, if you need assistance, our team is here, always ready to assist those in need. Don't forget to like our video and support this channel. As always, take care out there and I will see you next time. So bye for now.